Hey, this is Shiley and you're watching Eat Read Books. Hi everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. I wanted to say welcome to all of the new subscribers and welcome back to the old subscribers. I'm so happy that so many of you enjoyed my book browsing vlog that I filmed at Barnes & Noble, as well as my most recent book haul. I'd love if you could check it out if you haven't yet. But without further ado, today I'm going to be giving you book recommendations based on Olivia Rodrigo's fantastic debut album, Sour. I enjoyed it so much. I think she and her team are so talented. And I originally saw someone do this on TikTok, so hopefully I'll be able to find the original video and leave it down below. But yeah, I'm going to be giving book recommendations based on themes or lyrics, etc. in the track list from Sour, and I will go in order. So without further ado, let's get started. Track number 1 is Brutal, the super angsty one that reminds me of old Lindsay Lohan films such as Freaky Friday and Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. This song is about being 17 and life being brutal out there and all the tough things that teenagers typically have to deal with. And so for this one, I thought of The List by Siobhan Vivian. I think I literally read this like 8 years ago, but I do remember it being super enjoyable and unique, and I would love to read it again. So again, it's called The List by Siobhan Vivian, and it's about this list that comes out every year at a high school. And basically it's a list of 8 girls. 4 are deemed ugly and 4 are deemed pretty. So for each grade, 1 pretty girl, 1 ugly girl. And the book is literally told from 8 perspectives, you guys, okay? Like all 8 characters and how each of them react to that list. So just the brutality of that and people, you know, expecting different things from them and judging them and everything. So that's what I thought of for that. For the next one, it's Traitor, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually stole the idea from Miss Olivia herself on Twitter. I do think that New Moon is like the perfect song for Traitor from Jacob's perspective, because in Jacob's point of view, he probably does think that like Bella betrayed him because he was totally there for her when Edward was gone. And yeah, like you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. If you haven't read the Twilight Saga yet for some reason, I definitely do recommend it. But anyway, I just thought that it matched really well, so good job, Olivia. Okay, the next one is for Driver's License, and I honestly think it's one of the best songs on the album, and people only rank it low because it's a single. I said what I said. And for Driver's License, I really think that Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson matches, because it's about a girl whose best friend goes missing, and I think they do live in the suburbs, and you know, she really just drives through and goes through the suburbs and like wonder where her best friend's gone and she's not with her. Today I drove through the suburbs crying because you weren't around. I mean, that's like pretty relatable to Since You've Been Gone. The girl tries to find her best friend and tries to see if she left any clues behind. I really enjoyed that one, and if you're looking for a contemporary, sort of mysterious but also romantic read, I would recommend that. The next track on the list is 3 Steps Forward, 1 Steps Back, which yes, does sample New Year's Day by Taylor Swift and Jack Antonoff. And for that one, I thought of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's a really heartfelt, incredible book. Colleen is so talented. Justin Baldoni's actually going to be directing the film, hopefully within the next few years. But anyway, that story predominantly features a toxic, abusive relationship. I don't know if it's a spoiler to tell you more than that. So yeah, trigger warning for that for sure. But the song is about, it's always 3 steps forward and 1 step back. And I think that really encapsulates that relationship and that story. So that's why I suggest that. Okay, the next one might be a little bit of a stretch, so bear with me. It's for Deja Vu, and I actually thought of Fat Chance Charlie Vega by Crystal Maldonado, which is a book with fat representation and Latino representation, and the protagonist like deals with a lot of body issues and also oftentimes feels very jealous of her best friend who's like so skinny and pretty and perfect and everything. And without giving a spoiler away, Deja Vu is very much like about a girl comparing herself to another girl, and that definitely happens in Fat Chance Charlie Vega, and there's like a whole storyline that has to do with it, but I don't want to give it away. But just note that that book was really good, and I think it kind of matches Deja Vu. Okay, I'm so proud of myself for coming up with this next recommendation. It's for Good For You, and what I came up with is the Burn for Burn trilogy by Siobhan Vivian and Jenny Han, because Good For You is such a revenge-y type of song, and Burn for Burn is literally about these 3 girls who team up together to take revenge on people who hurt them. And part of the song is like, good for you, you look happy and healthy, not me if you ever care to ask. And in the book, that's totally the vibe. The girls are like looking at the people who hurt them and they're like, ah, you seem so happy, you're so popular, so cool. Meanwhile, I have to suffer in silence about all like the hurt that you brought on to me, and it's super just like, you know, so I really think y'all would enjoy that trilogy if you haven't checked it out yet. It's crazy. Okay, the next song is Enough For You, and I love this song. I think it has some like country vibes in there, which I really enjoy. Yes, I do love country music. And for this one, I actually thought of Tiger Lily by Jodi, Lynn Anderson. If you watch my channel like some years back, you would know I freaking love this book. It's literally told from the perspective of Tiger Lily from Peter Pan, and how she and Peter fell in love before he went off to be with Wendy. And that song is in Enough for You. She's like, you found someone more exciting. You were here the next second you were gone. All I ever wanted was to be enough for you. And that totally captures that vibe. Okay, for this next one, I actually had such a hard time coming up with a recommendation. So I did some research online, and then I realized that this would be perfect. I actually haven't finished this novel yet, but Happier, the song is basically about, she says like, I hope you're happy with like this new person, but not like how you were with me. And I think that the book Heartless by Marissa Meyer really captures that well. Heartless is it's like an Alice in Wonderland prequel about the Queen of Hearts and like who she was before she became this like evil person. Like she was kind, she was in love, she wanted to be a baker, like all these kind of things. Also, this is not really spoilery because we all know like Queen of Hearts. This book is known to be like a really sad book, but yeah, I think Happier like totally matches that. Okay, I did a really fun take on this next one, the song Jealousy, which I love. It basically talks about a lot of the insecurities that we, especially girls, deal with these days with like social media and comparison and everything like that. But I actually took it in a different direction, and I thought of Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. First of all, Jewish rep. I love Rachel, and I think her writing is incredible. She's so talented and seems like such a kind person. And Today, Tonight, Tomorrow is about two rivals. They're basically both seniors in high school fighting for like valedictorian, and they come to heads and they have to work together when all the seniors do this scavenger hunt for I think the last day of school, and it gets romantic, and it's like one day in the city of Seattle. And I think that this relates to jealousy just because the song is always about like comparison, and the two main characters in Today, Tonight, Tomorrow like totally compare themselves like to the other person, so I think it just matches really well. Okay, this one's interesting. I went kind of lighter with it. Basically, Favorite Crime. That song totally grew on me. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, this is good. And now I love it. And I sing it so much to myself and to friends and stuff. But anyway, Favorite Crime is basically a song where she goes like, all the things I did just so I could call you mine. And I thought of I Believe in You in a Thing Called Love by Maurene, which is I think her second novel, and it's a contemporary YA romance about this girl who gets really involved in watching K-dramas because her dad really enjoys it, and she starts taking notes on everything that happens that causes the characters to fall in love. And she like likes this guy at school, right? She's like, okay, if I can take notes of all the things that happen to make them finally get together and just follow that note, like run into him or drive the car or whatever it is, then like he'll fall in love with me. So that kind of reminds me of like all the things I did just so I could call you mine. Get it. Also, this next one, I took it a different direction. So the song Hope You're Okay, it's the last track on Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. It's a very sad song about how she thinks about people she was closer to in her past, or people she lost touch with, and difficult situations that they went through, and wishing that she hopes they're okay, that she loves them, and just is thinking about them. And so I thought about People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. It's her newest release, and I loved it so much. I'm so excited to talk about it more in my May wrap up. Okay, like it was so good. But what I have to say about that is it's a story told in it's like non-linear. It's told in a bunch of different timelines. Basically, one chapter is like present day, and the next one is like 12 years ago, and then it's present day, and then it's 11 years ago, and it kind of goes like that. And it's about these two best friends who they're meant to be together, but like they keep just staying friends, and then something happens and they don't talk for 2 years, and then the story is about like the girl trying to like become friends with the guy again, but they like each other. And it's just, so that makes me think of Hope You're Okay, because they don't talk for like 2 years. You find out in the beginning of the story, and it's like, oh, I hope you're okay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your favorite song off Sour if you enjoyed that album, and if you've read any of the books I mentioned, or if you have any other recommendations, I would always love to hear them. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.